Love, light, greetings, gratitude, blessings and blessings, beautiful soul family, my divinity to yours. Welcome and welcome back. I thank you for your love, light and support, your appreciation, participation, clicks, comments, likes and shares. More importantly, I thank you for our uniting light, for individually yet collectively working, weaving, caring, sharing, lifting and uplifting people and planet. You are applauded, saluted and loved by Divine Creator. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 18th of May 2024, energy vibration is 4. Heart chakra energy, unconditional love for ourselves, for others and from others. For planet, from planet. We're into part 11 of the Camilla dive. I do thank you all for your patience in listening, understanding. It is brand new to a lot of you, and to others you are enjoying learning a little bit more. The awareness that comes into your psychology of what is happening behind the scenes, that we so easily, readily believe what is portrayed by the media houses is far from the truth. I also want to share, in a previous video I mentioned that she is a super manifester or master manifester, and that is true, she is. Manifestation is like any other word, like abundance. Be conscious of when you use the word abundance. I wish you abundance. What kind of abundance are you wishing for that person? Because you could have an abundance of good things and bad things. So manifestation is just like that. When we manifest with pure heart and intent, with purpose and passion, regardless of what it is we are manifesting, meaning good or bad, it will manifest, because energy is fluid, energy is buoyant, energy is light, and when you power that with your thought, your intention, your purpose, your passion, your visualization, your conviction, affirmation, you will take that energy and solidify it into form. And that is what manifestation is, in essence, right? But in her case, her manifestation was for her favor only. It was selfish in a lot of instances. And I do say that respectfully, because there must have been some good in that. Perhaps she felt she is the only one deserving of, and nobody else matters. But that is selfish. Yes, she is deserving of. She is loved. She is respected. She is appreciative. She has those qualities, right? She can't be all that bad. But because she continually invested in manifesting selfishly, in a self-serving way, she attracted the wrong entities of energy to support that. And when you walk down that path, then that powerhouse is ever so willing to work with you, because you become a host. So her manifestation was perfect. It was real. It was purposeful. It was passionate. But she used it in negative light. Along the way, other people were harmed and injured and hurt. Maybe at the beginning she didn't intend for it that way, but that is what darkness does. You open yourself to it, even unconsciously, unknowingly, you invite its energy because you carry a vibration that it resonates with, and it is attracted to vibration, to frequency. So it's a signal you send out there that goes into a beeping mode. And whoever, and I mean entity, whatever is in the vicinity of that radar, that signal, it will be pulled in. And that is how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction is a natural, neutral vibration energy. What you put out there is what you get back. You do good out, you get good in. You do bad out, you get bad in. It is a natural cycle, right? It is not picking and choosing or favoring. So my advice to you is, when you manifest, she is a very good example of manifestation, right? But in the opposite of light. So when you manifest, be conscious of what you're putting out there. Be conscious of who in the path will be eliminated for your manifestation. It's not just about us. For a person to get employed, for there to be a vacancy, two things need to happen. They either create a brand new space, an opportunity that was not existent before, right? And then there's no comma attached. But for somebody to get in, someone's got to leave. So how do they leave? They either get fired or they resign. Right? Or perhaps incompetency was a termination. In a nice way, not just being fired in an ugly way. But what I am saying is, to bring something into your life in tangible form, be understanding of, what is it that I need and deserve? Is it necessary? Do I need it or do I want it? How will I achieve it? Who and what will be affected during that process? When we start thinking and feeling and doing and being and sensing from a higher level of consciousness, then we will not be creating unnecessary new karma. So I wanted to touch on manifestation, right? This was meant to be a topic in one of my future videos as a teaching. But this is perfect to show you how you can manifest. And it took years for her to do this, to skill herself, to become perfect in what she did. But I'm not saying it will take that long. It just took as long for her because her goal was selfish. There had to be eliminations along the way for that goal to be realized. But you are not going to go down that kind of a path, right? So you manifest a job, a home, a vehicle, a new baby. It is about holding the vision through setting an intention with unconditional love and commitment, and upholding that honor that it is already in form, not going to be in form, right? A lot is going on in these videos that I've put out, and I do read your questions, your comments. I try best to answer them. There are a lot of answers that I have given in previous comments and videos. If you are browsing, you can pick up a lot from what I have given feedback on, but I do welcome your participation. It is necessary because it lets me know where you at and how best we can shift the dynamic, right? So, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, Immaculate, Articulate, Supreme and Sovereign, I welcome you, invite and invoke your energy and essence, your love and presence, along with my guides and guardians, galactic, cosmic, ancestral, my animal spirit guides, and any other non-physical being that wishes to work with me at this time. You are welcome. I ask for protection and love over the channel and everyone listening as their hearts and minds open to receive the love and the light that flows through from the channel, to hold them tightly and bless them. Thank you. My question today is to determine Camilla's role in the monarchy. I do have two questions. The bottom is the Three of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands. So, in essence, we have the Moon. We usually have a crab, but I see a snake. Heartache and suffering to get into the system, the Ten of Pentacles. Very well planned, advanced when the timing was right, even attacking if needed to, or being attacked along the way. Nonetheless, we move ahead, we pursue, we persevere. What? That royal blue that you see is one of the colors of the system, of the country, and that royal blue talks about that particular system. It's a royal color, royal blue. That's where it gets its name, right? Crown, prestige, royal. It distinguishes from others. So tell me, what is Camilla's role? Justice, balance. Her role is to balance something. Ideally, she should be balancing energy, but if you look here, this is Mut, the Egyptian goddess, who has the heart on one scale and a feather on the other. And when we leave this world, that is what is measured against the feather, your heart. In essence, your soul. So what is showing here is the type of heart that she has, that is continually being measured against a feather. So straight away it is telling us that she is up to no good. She's somebody that cannot be trusted because she has to constantly be measured and weighed. The Page of Swords. Troublemaker. Running her mouth, her mind. Creating change, but problematic change. Talkative, gossipy. My second question is, in fact, what role is she playing? Right? I want to know, what is Camilla's role in the monarchy? What is she there to do? And the second question is, what role is she playing? Because you can be employed, example, to be a safety officer. That is your role in the company, right? But you could be doing something completely different and causing unsafety instead. So you're not doing your work, right? There's a lot of hazards that you are overlooking. Instead of implementing safety, you are not doing your work, and people are exposed to a hazardous environment. So that is now the role you play, not what you were employed to do. So there is a very big difference. So this sounds like question 2. What role is she playing? Making trouble, being problematic. You know, little idle mind is the devil's workshop. Queen of Wands. She was brought in to be an ambitious woman, meaning make a difference. Change situations for the better. Hoping that she would become a different person in that process and help balance her past on that scale of justice. You know, try to eliminate any recurring deeds and thoughts and work for a greater good. So this is, she was looked at to be ambitious, and I'll tell you why. Because of her age, maturity, femininity, to perhaps help the queen. But I don't see that that was happening, right? Well, of course, she is driven by purpose and passion and ambition. She's a super manifester. She can do all of those things. But I don't think that she was doing it in that way. Yes, there's a scale again. Distribution. She was there to help balance the workload, take on duty and responsibility. You see, when Diana left, Diana had so much in front of her and behind her. And this woman, I don't think, could come close. Because you see here, she's sitting exhausted with a hand on her head. What do I do next? I'm tired of this. I can't cope. She's in the least bit looking excited about doing anything. She was supposed to be picking up the load and helping the system with more outreach work. You see, she could not, that Six of Wands, that distribution energy, that is Diana's energy of helping, humanitarian, charity, philanthropy, you know, all kinds of things, from the children to the aged to the less fortunate, no matter which country or race. Right? There was hope for her to have that image. There was hope for her to be able to do something along those lines. She could never replace Diana, and she could never keep up with that energy and strength and tenacity and charisma and elegance and popularity that Diana had. So she gave up very quickly. Right? The star of the show was Diana. That's what they're saying, right? This is Temperance, so they wanted her to balance that act. So she was not brought in, she arrived with Charles through marriage, but her role there was to help balance that. Right? There's a lot of mixing here. There's 2 scales and we have 2 jars. So it was intended for her to get her act together and do this kind of work. And she was supposed to be picking up a lot of speed with it. But what happened is there was too many things and too much of it coming at her at once, and she couldn't make it. She couldn't cope with it. King of Pentacles. See, she needed to bring money into the kingdom by doing that work to uphold that image. Unfortunately, nobody could replace Diana. Nobody could. The 9 of Cups. This was Diana. This was Diana, they say. She could sit on a seat and move crowds. She just had to step out of a vehicle and the world would look at her. Diana did not need to blink to be noticed. Her presence, her name could raise hurricanes. That is the power that Diana had, actively or passively. Death. Death. Diana's death ended any hope for this system to thrive the way it should. It was forever changed. And when she came, there was hope that she could help with some of that. Remember Diana's charities, the ones that were still existent, somebody had to take on. A lot is still being paid for itself through her children keeping some of it alive if they still are, and whatever is still generated from her popularity but a massive ending took place at that time. Anything else? No. Well, at the bottom of the deck is the devil. And that's the world card. So the devil came into the monarchy and changed the world, meaning her energy did not do what it came to do. She had more of an obsession and an addiction to get into that world. It was not for righteous reasons. Plugged. Right. She plugged into the system. Retaliation, punish, payback, revenge. You see, this is an obsession. She was plugged in there, right? She ensured that she stayed connected into that frequency like a leech, right? Into the host of the system. And she was out to do revenge. This is what it is about. At the bottom is focused. You see, this was her manifestation. She held her focus, her passion, her desire, her fulfillment. She held it together and she didn't lose sight of the goal. Okay, at the bottom of this deck is the Justice, the Wheel, Four of Cups, Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Hangman, and of course, the marriage to Charles. So, somebody had to leave. Somebody had to leave for her to get her justice, her fortune into the system, to be this happy Diana. Queen of Cups had to leave. She had to be ousted. She waited too long, and finally she got her goal. The Chariot is beneath that. That was her move. Right, so show us what exactly is her role that she's playing. What exact role is she playing? What is the role that she is playing right now? Queen of Wands. Sitting and doing nothing. Ambitiously doing nothing. Or very little. Right, here is the Queen of Wands, but there it was a headache. Right, when I got in, I had so much to do. It was too much for me to handle and it became a headache. But at the moment, everything is wonderful. The sun is shining, the flowers are blooming, the glory is coming in. I'm being recognized, I'm being realized. Everything is wonderful. I am comfortable now. I don't have to work as hard. I'm done. I've worked all my life. I'm done trying. I don't need to do it anymore. Karma. Judgment. So now she is getting what she feels she deserves for all the years of waiting. So what is she doing? Sitting around and doing very little. Five of Swords, making trouble. up in arms, conflict, tension, fighting, creating problems everywhere. Right? That is what she's doing. This lot fell on the table. I have the Hermit at the bottom. Well, not at the bottom, sorry. That's at the bottom, the Knight of Wands. But what fell out? The Tower. Drama. This is her problem, drama. The Chariot and the Ace of Swords. You see, she had to get in there. She had to strip someone else of the crown in which to get in there. But it looks like it will come very soon and unexpectedly, where she will no longer be wearing that crown. You see, it is not sitting on the tower as a capstone anymore. It is breaking free. And it is coming unexpectedly with the Chariot. And she will not be happy when it comes. For all this war that was created, and fights and arguments and taking others out, and the negativity, justice will be served. The sword of truth will have to be upheld. The sword of truth will not waver. Right? We have an eagle flying above that sword. The eagle is a powerful energy, not just of flight, of movement. It is an energy of height, pinnacle. It's a power of wisdom. It is a vehicle of change. It is communion with spirit. This is Isis's vehicle, soaring above to greater height. How? By divine flight. Your height in light by divine flight. And that's what it is. So this darkness that she is in, that she's created, is going to break into a dawn. And how? Unexpectedly. So this role she is playing, she's sitting and enjoying for as long as it carries her. But all this cry from people, the souls that have been injured, the bodies that have been injured. You see, this is a full moon. And look at the aura around the moon. I want to see what was trying to... And the Five of Wands was trying to come out as well. Five of Wands is conflict, the enemies that she created along the way. Right? Even petty conflict. Doesn't have to be serious, but even petty. With the Page of Swords, it's petty argument, petty conflict, petty trouble. You know, just wanting to stir the pot. That will change. Right? When this tower comes down, and the sword of truth, you see the dawn, there's the sun breaking through. A new energy is taking over this monarchy. And it may look like a child energy, yes, innocence, pure and wonderful. One of the children will rise eventually and change something. But It is showing that all the injury that took place to the children, like Harry and William, and now Catherine's children, that sun is breaking out of the sky. And the chariot sits on top of the Five of Wands, showing you how this change for that war is very soon dawning, right? It's dawning. It's in the skies. It's a matter of time. Silence, non-action. This means two things. Sitting and doing nothing. Sitting silently and not acting yourself because you are instructing. What do crickets do? They make a noise, don't they? But she's got someone else to make her noise. But the silence here as well, it means divine silence. Waiting for that tower. And that's when we will have the noise. In reverse, twin flames. There's no love. There's no union, there's no partnership, there's no association, there's no friendship, there's no flame in the heart that mirrors an unconditional soul to the other, meaning she does not have it. That unconditional energy to spread anywhere in that system. It's in reverse. There is no emotion, there's no heart, there's no love. There's no promise or pledge for anything positive. And that card fell out. Grip. Anchor, chains, and weighed down. Everything was imprisoning. That's what she did. She anchored people. She chained them, restricted them, weighed them down, held them in grip, had her clutches in, her claws in, made it difficult. That's what I'm being told. Difficult, utterly difficult. By holding in her grip and rein that control. Anything else in closing? There's meeting. Meeting. What did I say? Others were doing her work. 2 or more people discussing and planning. So she was giving instruction. Right? Others were doing her dirty work, the ugly work. But Spirit is saying, it's coming to light. A lot will come out. This tower is the start of that, and it will come to light. It will come to light. See, the glass is filling. The bird is at the truth of the sword, and the sun is breaking through. There's the sunflower. There's the sunflower. She won't be holding that bunch anymore. It will belong to the fields of the earth. It will belong to everybody else. It's not just for her picking and taking. There will be freedom. There will be love. There will be devotion and consciousness and warmth once she leaves that equation. I cannot tell you when. Spirit doesn't give dates like that. But they always say, pay attention for information. Beautiful hearts, I thank you. I love you. I bless you. Until next.